Now a play fake here on first down. Dancing to his left. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Escaping the pressure right. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Back to throw now on first down. He's going to let this one go deep. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll set up a throw. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
Watch him now, Barney! Over!
On third down, they'll run it with Sanders. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here, because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. In for the score. And the Cowboys have taken the early lead. With these Thursday night games, sometimes you get those quick turnarounds. You wonder how a team's going to start. They started really well.
Everyone's always wondering, going into a Thursday night game, who has their legs, who has the overall health of a team. But mentally, if you get that early edge, the other team might think to itself, it's been a short week. We're not really ready to go. You might run them into the ground that way. That's why getting that early score means a lot.
And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Throw left side, complete. It's Reeves. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have the center-eligible stuff, but still, a lot of guys to account for.
To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7. They'll set up to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. And he's taken down inside the 30. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. That his first incompletion after a 4 for 4 start.
Yeah, but they shouldn't back off from what they're doing. I like the play calling right out of the gate. I like the tone.
Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36.
2 sacks last week. Another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
A few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
And the kick by Elliott is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And an alley to run. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy, because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
They'll drop to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's caught inside the 35. The gain of 39 that time.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And incomplete, he dropped it in the end zone.
Well, you've got a receiver here who's got 1 touchdown already in this first quarter, and they were trying to double his pleasure there, wanting to continue to go to the guys already gotten into the end zone. But good coverage to make sure that this time it fell incomplete.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Michael Gallup with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. And they use that height on the outside to get the score.
We've seen the evolution of the wide receivers. They've gotten taller and taller, but they've retained their quickness and their speed. It's a lethal combination.
Always good to have wide receivers with height. Looks good on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Lutz now to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long.
Lucky 56. All right, here we go. 319. 319. Gone.
Now back to throw. And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. Oh. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points.
Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They go play action here on 1st down. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess.
Detroit! Dash, go now!
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A really nice gain of 25 yards. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Detroit! Watch it now, Barney!
He'll look to throw. Got some real estate inside the 30. And all the way down to the 25-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. As his guys are in for 6, and the Cowboys will add on to their lead. Lutz with the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to an even 20. Lutz now to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. They don't want to do that one again.
No, not at all. It's almost like a bases clearing double, isn't it? Give up a couple of runs.
Sure.
just messes things up for you offensively. But now they've got to go ahead, take it, set it aside, and move forward.
Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Leopard! Leopard! Set! 319! 319! Over! Gone!
Looking to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
Back to throw here. Looking for the end zone. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. In for the score. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. You know, the man on our cover, John Madden, so synonymous with these Thanksgiving Day games. He was on TV for these from, I think, 81 to 01, giving out the Turkey Leg Award and turducken he always talked about. Especially when you got a guy going off like this. I think he would be a good recipient of the Turkey Leg Award.
Well, he's definitely already worked on that leg. Is it possible he could end up getting the whole turkey?
Yeah, give him a thigh,
or the
too.
whole turducken. And it's really great that you mentioned Coach Madden because everyone knows him from this. Everyone knows him from the broadcast booth. Remember, he won a Super Bowl as a head coach in Oakland.
Yep, he did indeed. But right now, we are watching maybe one of those turkey leg performances with his second touchdown there. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles coming out as they get ready. And last time, one play interceptions. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. That pick six extending this lead even further. And boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out to start the third quarter. But if things don't improve fast then, I think the backups get a lot of play in the second half.
Lutz good on the extra point. And a rout is on here in this first half. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And fresh off the pick six, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It all comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
They're going to look to throw. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
Well, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Michael Gallup, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Cowboys continue to pour it on. Lutz with the extra point, and a rout is on here in this first half. Lutz now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Eagles offense now, they head back on the field. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and if we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. So after the run for a yard, here comes 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Here we go now. 3.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
He'll look to throw. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
And what did we talk with them about prior to the game? Their ability to move the chains, pick up first downs. So far, 0 for 3 on 3rd down. If that continues, they'll have little chance of winning this one.
And how about this, a fake? And this is caught, and the fake will work. He's going to have a first down. The fake punt gets him 13 yards, a huge play on special teams. It's a first down. A pair of first downs gives him a 1st and 10 up at the 44.
Single receiver. Hey, you're on an island.
They'll look to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
He'll drop to throw. And hauled in by the tight end Miller. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Now let's go. 3-19.
They'll look to throw here. He's going to air one out. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Green 39! Green 39!
Back to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout. So first and 10 now from the 30.
Set! 3-19! 3-19!
They'll look to throw now on first down. Looking deep downfield. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync. Only way to play good defense.
Ball on the 30 as they come up second and 10. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. Completion left side to Miller. And down inside the 15 he goes. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his bag.
And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Eagles able to get this back to within at least some measure of respectability. Now that Eagle offense will stay out there as they'll go for 2.
Gone! 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 All right, here we go. 3-19! 3-19!
Again, he'll drop to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere. Seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now, and they're able to get this one across the 35. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
Gone! Gone! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Watch it now, Barney. Barney. Over. Hot!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41.
Leopard.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up second and 5.
Lucky 56.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
Watch it now, Barney. Hot!
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 13. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Likely time for one final snap as they start out first and 10.
Here we go now.
And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we've hit halftime. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Out come the Eagles now as he'll go on offense first here in the third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
Gone! Now let's go!
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Throw left side, taken in by Miller. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Gone! Here we go now. Blue 90.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
They get a big amount back, 18 yards, but they'll still look at a 4th down now.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though.
3-19.
They'll try and throw for it here. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 45. And he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Lutz good on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
Green 39. Gone.
After the pick 6, they go right back to the air. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And he'll wind up losing 5 yards or so on the return, but no matter, they've got the football back. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. On play action, they'll throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And oh, not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll set up to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. And that goes as a gain of 37 on 3rd down.
So what's the old expression that quarterbacks like to use when they decide to throw the football? I'm looking for either a touchdown or a check down. And he took the check down on that play, and it worked almost to perfection.
Eluding the pressure right. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Incomplete.
That one didn't quite make it to the target, but that's not always a function of the strength of the arm of the quarterback, is it? Sometimes there's just too much pressure there. In any case, the ball doesn't arrive.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. They'll drop to throw. Going left side, it's complete. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times, because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
To the right side, complete to Miller. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Back to throw again. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness.
Trying to decipher what's going on out there, because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown, and frankly, that should have been another pick right there. The Eagles on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4.
Watch him now, Barney.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on fourth.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19. Mike 54. Mike 54.
They're going to try and throw. And he comes back with one complete. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one.
Set. Blue 90. Blue 90. Here we go, D.
They'll set up a throw. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack.
He's the NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's going to wind up and air it out. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And that is incomplete.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on third down.
I guess they figured they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on fourth down.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And now here is another interception. Picked off near the 44. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one goes for 24 yards. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll be second down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Now back to throw. Smith catches left side. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a first and goal. This offense can certainly move quickly when they want to. 3 plays, 3 pass completions. In the blink of an eye, they've got a first and goal.
Almost felt like a lightning bolt hit in this game, didn't it? For them to get downfield that quickly. And now first and goal, expect them to attack right here on this play.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A great effort there. His 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Cowboys add on. Lutz with the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Lutz now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And out now come the Eagles. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. Give him 6 on the play, and it'll be a third and about 13. Here's a play fake as they set up the throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Well, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. Looking to throw. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And this is going to be incomplete. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. They go play action here on first down. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off with great anticipation. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the... They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. We'll check on his status when we get back. 2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards.
All right, here we go.
He'll look to throw. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he's able to get up here to the 26. It'll be a pickup of 8 on the screen, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Lucky 56. Gun!
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football.
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 27. And he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them into the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Eagles offense back out onto the field.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Detroit! Detroit! Hut!
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And incomplete on the deep ball. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
My high school coach, John Ford, used to say all the time, if you're in a bad situation, laddie, don't compound it with a bad decision as well. And I think that's what we just saw there. Harassed in the pocket, and he throws into double coverage anyway.
He called you laddie?
He called me laddie, and that was the nicest thing he called me.
Back to throw here. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Hall. And he'll take him down at the 31-yard line. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
A short game that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. He's going to loft this one deep left sideline. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Set! 3-19! 3-19!
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Flushed out right. And that's incomplete.
Well, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
3-19! 3-19! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Forced out to his left. And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion, as we just saw there, that's winning football.
They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
Detroit! Detroit! Gun! 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 Gun!
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. Well, that's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th. And we've seen him do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And they went for a big play through the air on second down. Couldn't connect. Now it's third. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Now he's going to let it go deep right sideline. And a shot taken on third down, unsuccessful. Fourth down now. Despite the lead here in the fourth, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on fourth, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows a coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good, but when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right.
Now, Barney. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
He'll drop to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Watch it now, Barney. Gone.
They'll look to throw here. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Derek Barnett in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year.
Detroit! Gone!
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A very solid gain of 27. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that.
Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41, and he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. They were looking for Johnson that time. Now they get a fourth quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. There he goes inside the 30. The 20. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
He'll look to throw. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect it.
Detroit! Detroit!
Back to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
They'll set up to throw. Completion left side to Miller. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a fourth down. And now comes the field goal unit on. And, boy, this is asking an awful lot here. Maybe that's an understatement. And they say officially it's a 68-yard attempt. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off near the 32. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the fourth quarter, trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people who are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
Now an inside draw. This is their fullback. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Hot.
And they'll indeed take a knee. And yet again, this run game just continues to be completely shut off.
Completely stymied. I mean, they're trying to get some consistency, trying to find places to roam. They just haven't been there throughout this game.
And they take a knee. Now on 4th down, we've got a whistle here and a timeout as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. And the punter's on the sideline. Here's the field goal unit now to try an exceptionally long one. 64 was Matt Prater's record. This would top that by a yard. And off the crossbar, no good. A sensational effort from that distance, but rejected by the bar. And this score will stay right where it is.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Derek Barnett, he's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year.
Brandon, that's just football 101. If you're out of the pocket, you've got to get rid of the football in this situation. You cannot take a sack in a 2-minute drill.
Looking left side, and it's complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it wherever.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that is leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done.
And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
They'll drop to throw. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Cowboys, the perfect season remains intact as they move to 11-0 on the year. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week where they take on the Washington Redskins. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, their luck may have run out as they fall to 4-7 now on the year. And they will get a home date next week against the Los Angeles Chargers. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.